Hi, my name is Narjilin Castro.
Hi, I am Vincent Monalo.
Hello, I am Kaidelin Sailangka.
I'm Lucy Pidarian.
Hi everyone, I'm Rizalyn Ember.
My name is Brian Lloyd Fernandez and we are from Green Valley, Coronadal, taking a Bachelor of Science in Hospitality Management. So hello leaders, so in this video we will going to present all about some job of front office. It includes handling room service, front desk processes, bellboy service, and lastly telephone exchange. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this video. So let's begin!
Handling room service.
Hello, Kyra May Taeyong, first year BSHM in Green Valley College. Room service is a service in a hotel by which meals or drinks are provided for guests in their rooms. Guests can place an order for room service in the phone by dialing 118, dine in the hotel restaurant, or order food from room service. If you'd rather dine in your room, ask for our room service menu. Room service or in-room dining is a hotel service enabling guests to choose items of food and drink for delivery to their hotel room for consumption. Room service is organized as a subdivision within the food and beverage department of high-end hotel and resort properties. In some hotels, breakfast service is available. In this menu itself act as an order which when completed is hung on the outside of card, is detachable and sent to the billing office for charging the guest's account. The remaining portion goes to the central kitchen. Trays are then made up and delivered to the room within the appropriate time range. It implies serving of food and beverage in guest rooms of hotel. Small orders are served in trays. Major meals are taken to the room on trolleys. Orders taking procedures: picking up the order promptly and efficiently, pick up the telephone within 3 rings or 15 seconds, whichever is less. Greet the guest with appropriate greeting using the guest name and giving your name politely as the guest about preference. Use upselling techniques by suggesting soups, starters, drinks, or dessert. Repeat the order back to the guest. Thank you the guest for ordering through in-room dining, and big farewell thank you for calling room service. Have a nice day. Setting up of tray trolleys. Second copy of the lot is placed on the tray trolleys. Ensure tray corners trolley base is free of grease, grime and dirt. Place cruet sets, but vase and bon appetit card for all meal order. Check the tray mat trolley cloth to be stain free and in good repair. Here is the example of sequence of room service, in order for us to understand the function of it. Good morning, room service. Kyra speaking, how may I help you?
Hello, I would like to order breakfast.
Would you tell me your room number and your name, please?
Sure, my name is Misael. I'm in room 123.
What would you like to order, Ms. Measle?
I would like to have a set of continental breakfast.
Would you like to have coffee or tea?
No thanks. Do you have any fresh juice?
Yes, we do. We have orange juice, apple, orange, pineapple, and pink guava.
I would like to have 1 orange juice.
Would you like to add a set of tropical fruit? What kind of fruit do you have? We have pineapple, apple, banana, and grapes.
Yes, I want 1 set of tropical fruit, please.
Will there be anything else? Not thanks, that's all. May I repeat your order? You ordered a set of continental breakfast orange juice and a set of tropical fruit. Yes. What time would you like to be served? Around 8, please. Certainly, miss. Your order would be served around 8 o'clock. Thank you for using the room service facilities. I hope you enjoy your meal. Have a nice day.
Front desk process.
Guest registration processes. In registration processes, when the guests arrive at the reception to check in, first thing you need to do is to greet the guest. Remember to always greet the customer with a smile, give a friendly introduction, and make eye contact. Next is inquire the last name and first name of the guest, search for the reservation record, and print registration card. Present the registration card to the guest for verifying and confirming pre-printed details like first name and last name, arrival date and time, departure date or expected time of departure, room rate, room type, method of payment, billing instruction, and the meal plan. Request for ID proof for local guests and passport and visa details for foreigners. The following details to be completed such as salutation, designation, company name, address or business address, city or country, postal code, telephone number or mobile number, email address, contact number, person in case of emergency, purpose of visit, date of birth, and many more. In visa details, you must able to get the visa number, date of issue and expiry date, place of issue, type of visa, purpose, duration of stay in the country, and many more. Explain the guest regarding late checkout policy if any request the guest to sign on registration card. Scan photocopy of passport and visa copy and attach to the registration card. Front office assistant to also cross-sign the registration card on the provided field. Update the guest details collected on regards to the profile of the guest. Method of payment. In method of payment, always remember to secure a form of payment. Pre-authorization allows for the placement of cardholder funds or hold a predetermined time, giving you the option of completing the transaction at later date. In registration card, reminder, always make sure that the guest sign the card before issuing the key room and always check it. So after a guest arrive at the hotel, the front agent should complete the guest registration process. This is to make sure that the guest registration is completed as per the hotel standard and also to collect important guest information. Guest is also asked to sign on the printed registration card as statutory requirements and also to verify that the details provided on the registration card is accurate. Walk-in guest registration. So who is walk-in guest? So walk-in guest is a guest who arrive at the hotel without any reservation is called a walk-in. They visit the hotel without any personal information coming from them and without any pre-registration. So what is registration and the importance of it? So registration is the formulation of a valid contract between the guest and the hotel, in which the hotel offers safe and secure boarding and lodging facilities to the guest, and the guests accept to pay for services and the facilities received. So guest registration is nothing but recording the guest information for official purposes. At the same time of reservation, the front office staff asks the guests to enter their personal information on the guest registration card. Registration activity is mandatory for both the guests with reserved accommodation as well as for the walk-in guests. So during registration, the guest is required to enter their important information on the guest registration card such as guest name, contact number, purpose of the stay at the hotel, and passport or visa details in case of foreign guests. It is the responsibility of the front office staff not to reveal the guest information to unauthorized persons. In processing registration for walk-in guests, they are as follows. So first, pre-registration activities. Second, creating the registration record. Third, assigning the guest room and room rates or assigning accommodation. Number 4, establishing the guest method of payment. Number 5, verifying the guest identity. And number 6, issuing the room key or access code. And lastly, responding to special requests. So first is pre-registration procedure. In case of new walk-in guests, pre-registration is absent as there's no prior interaction between the guest and the hotel. Pre-registration activity accelerates the actual registration process where the desired accommodation process were marked as reserved. So pre-registration is intended for early registration or booking. It can be done via telephonic conversation in case of frequent guests, VIPs, or group guests. So the second is creating registration record. So when the guests arrive at the hotel, the front desk staff hands over the guest registration card to the guest to fill up the information. In case of VIPs, the staff enter the information on the card and receives the guest signature. What is registration form? So a registration form is a list of fields that users will put data into and submit to a company or individuals. There are many reasons why you would want a person to fill out a registration form. So company uses registration forms to sign up customers for subscription, services, or other programs or plan. Importance of registration. So the importance of registration is we will able to know the guest name and surname, guest address and telephone number, company affiliation, expected arrival date, planned departure date or the length of the stay of the guest, required room rate, room type, also the room numbers, and also the method of payment and special request, and lastly is the signature. So number 3 is assigning an accommodation. So the front office staff assign an accommodation to the guest only when the registration is complete. The staff member record the accommodation number into the PMS and describe about its positive attributes briefly. So the reservation staff also informs the bellboy to take the guest luggage. Number 4 is verifying the guest identity. So the staff verifies a guest identity first by politely asking the guest name. So the staff member then requests to show a photo ID such as driver license or a valid identity card from a well-known organization where the guest is working. So if the guests are from a foreign country, so the staff requests them to show passport. The staff member is authorized to ask only verify questions politely. The true copies of the passport or ID card are made to verify the guest's identity and to prepare guest database. The number 5 is establishing payment method. So the guest can pay in advance or at the time of checkout. Those who have paid in advance are put under paid in advance or PIA list. So there are various modes of payment out of which unmade payment method are available. So first is cash payment, so which also include money order, traveler's check. So second is credit card or debit card payment, which are accepted only if the card have not expired. Third, the check payment, so where post-dated check are not accepted. Number 4 is special payments such as gift card and vouchers. And lastly, the guest should to select one of the options of the payment at the time of registration. So number 6 is issuing room keys or access code. So after the accommodation is assigned, the front office staff gives away the keys or the computerized secret code keys for accessing the accommodation. It is a general practice to not speak anything about the room number of the computerized key loudly while giving it to the guest. The bell attendant then assists in explaining the accommodation features. The attendant then gives the key to the guest, greets for best stay, and leaves the accommodation by closing the door. And lastly, handling special requests. So if the guest is not satisfied with the accommodation for any unsatisfactory or unpleasant reason, the bell attendant can bring this to the notice of the front office staff. So in addition, if the guest has special requirements such as cradle for a baby or hot water, bag or shaving kit, and alike, the front office staff is obliged to fulfill the request on time. So in order to us to understand more all about walk-in guest registration, so let's watch this. Good morning, Miss. Welcome to BL International Hotel. My name is Brian. How may I assist you?
Yes, I would like to check in.
Have you made any reservation with us?
No,
How may I address you?
Miss Choi.
Miss Choi, okay. Miss Choi, are you attached to any company?
Yes, Honda Company.
So do you have your business card with you?
Yes,
May I have your business card, please? Thank you. Miss Choi, how many nights will you be staying with us?
3 nights.
Oh, 3 nights. So do you have any particular rooms that you would like to stay in?
Deluxe room.
Deluxe room. So for how many person?
For 2.
2 person. So alright, Miss Choi, just a moment please while I check whether we have a room available for your stay and whether Honda has a corporate rate.
Okay.
Okay. Oh yes, Miss Choi, we do have a room that you have requested, and the corporate rate for the deluxe room is 1,380 plus plus. Will be that okay?
Yes.
So just give me a minute while checking you in, Miss Choi. Thank you. So, Miss Choi, this is your registration form. May I repeat the details? So, you will be staying us for 3 nights and taking a deluxe room for 2 persons.
Okay.
Okay. Would you like me to assist you in filling the form, Miss Choi?
Yes, please.
So, may I have your passport or IC? Thank you. May I know your occupation?
Business director.
Oh, business director. So could I have your signature over here? So this is your IC. Thank you. So Miss Choi, we would like to collect 1,800 yen to extend your signing facilities. So how would you like to pay for your stay? By credit card or cash?
Credit card.
Oh, credit card. So may I have your credit card for pre-authorization?
Yeah.
Thank you. Good morning, I am Brian calling from BL International Hotel. Merchant number is 90901. I would like to obtain approval for my guest credit card. So, credit card number is 931, 931, 931, and 999. So, expiry date is December 13, 2021. So, may I have the approval code?
Approval code is 43065.
How may I know who I am speaking to?
Brenda.
Thank you, Miss Brenda. This is your credit card.
Thank you.
So, Miss Choi, this is your hotel passport, your room key as well, and also the welcome drink voucher. So, your room number is stated here. It's on the 38th floor, and this is your welcome drink voucher. You can have it at Vintage Lunch, which open from 10 a.m. to 12 midnight. So, you can have coffee, tea, juice, or mocktails as a complimentary drinks. The Vintage Lodge is just the right-hand side of the lobby. By the way, Miss Choi, do you have any luggage?
Yes.
Oh, no worries. I will get the concierge to send up to your room. Do you have any luggage tag with you?
Yes.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Miss Choi. Thank you for staying with us. If you do have any inquiries, please do not hesitate to contact me. Again, my name is Brian or any other staff on duty. Have an enjoyable stay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The group check-in page provides a central location that ticket seller and group sales coordinators can access and use to check in groups. Typically, only group sales coordinator will check in group from the individual reservation record. It is also the final phase of a group reservation is the check-in process. This occurs when the group arrives at your organization to begin their visit or facility rental. After a group is check-in, their order status changes to complete. During check-in, you can update the number of visitors included in the group and add new price type if needed. When you adjust the number of visitors for a group or edit price type, you can choose to keep the original order balance or you can update the balance to reflect any differences in cost. You can also view resources for the order, check for complex, and make any necessary changes. If a balance is due, you can access the reservation record and process the final payment. Additionally, you can print copies of the group's itinerary and give them to the group so they have a schedule for the day. You can check groups in by accessing the individual reservation record or from the group check-in page accessed from sales. The group check-in page provides a central location that ticket sellers and group sales coordinators can access and use to check in groups. Typically, only group sales coordinators will check in groups from the individual reservation. How to do a group check-in. The wizard allows you to check in and enter group at once using the check-in section. This can be used when a group is arriving together, such as bus tour. The following reviews the steps to performing group check-in in the PMS. Assigning rooms. Assigning rooms is a room numbers must be pre-assigned prior to performing a group check-in. There are several ways to pre-assign room numbers using the group wizards. Method number 1. Batch assignment. Batch assignment. You can select in the Assign All Rooms button at the bottom of the rooming left screen to randomly assign room numbers to all reservations. Once the rooms are assigned, you can easily change some assignments by clicking the room number and then choosing a new room from the drop-down box. Once all rooms are correctly assigned, click Post to save. Method number 2. Individual assignment. You can assign rooms once at a time by clicking on the boxes under room number column in the rooming list screen and using the drop-down menu to select which room number you would like to assign to each guest. Once all room numbers have been selected, click Post to save. Method number 3. Individual assignment. Upon check-in, you can click on the boxes under the room number column in the check-in screen and use the drop-down menu to select which room number you would like to assign to each guest. Note, the radial icons to the right of the room numbers indicate the housekeeping status of the room. The green is clean inspected. The yellow is clean but not inspected. And the red is dirty. SOP Handling Group Check-in and Front Office. On chicken arrival date, number 1, always designate a group coordinator from the front desk prior to arrival. Number 2, liaise constantly with the sales group coordinator for information. Number 3, check that arrival registration cards have been prepared for the group along with the roaming list for signature. Number 4, check our relevant correspondence has been read and briefed during the staff briefing. Number 5, check group billing structure and cross-check the billing instruction entered on the property management software. Number 6, once priority group rooms have been allocated, cut rooms case for arrival. Number 7, if groups must be allocated and all case cut. Number 8, the number of case per room must match with the occupancy of the room. Number 9, insert key cards into key card jacket and place on the tray along with the roaming list. Number 10, print traces report for front office and read the instructions given. 11. Choose an appropriate group chicken area according to the following: size of the group, block when the group is staying, transport to the hotel, time of chicken. 12. Registration cards along with case should be kept in alphabet order. 13. Sufficient stationery pins must be kept ready for guests to sign their registration cards. 14. Welcome drinks and cold towels should be prepared so they may be served on arrival. An accurate number of drinks to be pre-ordered so that the room service supervisor is aware of this requirement. 15. The bill desk concerned must be kept informed of the group arrival time. 15. The bill desk concerned must be kept informed of the group arrival time and the following needs should be coordinated. Luggage stocks are ready. Luggage delivery plans is organized. 16. Their duty roster has been prepared taking into consideration the group size and arrival time. 17. All changes with the group arrival time, chicken area, and group size to be given to the concerned. And last, 18. Collect quick-up call for the group from the tour leader.
Good morning. This is Clyde in Linstar Hotel. How may I help you? I would like to make a reservation for a group booking today. May I know who's in the line, please? I am Monica Regalia. Thank you, ma'am. How many persons will be traveling? 6 persons. Can you wait for a moment, ma'am? I check if there is an available room today. Okay, thanks. Thank you for waiting, ma'am. We have available room today. Would you like to try our deluxe room for only 10,000 person only? What is the inclusion to this room? We have a complimentary breakfast if you avail our deluxe room. Alright, we will avail deluxe. Alright, ma'am. May I know what credit card do you prefer? Visa or MasterCard? MasterCard, please. Okay then, may I know your credit card number? 54784956. Right, ma'am. To confirm, our hotel requiring every guest to pay an advance deposit for completing this reservation. By the way, ma'am, your credit card number is 54784956. I'm right, ma'am? Okay, thanks. Thank you for calling, ma'am. Have a good day. Hello, this is Clyde from the reception. I was calling to check the status of the room for the group's arrival. Okay, thank you very much.
Guest checkout procedure. So the term checkout refers to the departure of the house guests at the end of their stay, which mostly occurs from early morning till mid-afternoon. So the checkout of the guest is done by the front office cashier. He is the primary responsible for settling the guest's outstanding account. So the checkout for individual's guest is divided into two categories. The first category is normal checkout. When a checkout takes place in its usual time, example 7 a.m. to 12 noon, it is referred to as normal checkout. The general procedure for handling a normal checkout are: first is greet the guest with ready smile. Always address the guest by their surname if you know. Confirm the guest's intention to check out of hotel. Details, example name, PAX, and room number, and inquire about additional recent charges. Check the departure date. If the guests are leaving earlier than expected, other department will need to be informed. The second one is establish correct guest room number. So establish the correct room number and other details, example tax, departure date, checkout time, and etc. If the guests are leaving earlier than expected, the other department will need to be informed. The third one is check for the checkout. If so, the late charge should be levied. Examine the current entries on a guest account, in particular checkout, example laundry, minibar, room service, telephone charges, or messages. Number 4 is prepare all the guest folio or master bill. Prepare all guest folio and present the final bill to the guest for checking accuracy. Number 5 is settling the guest account. Provide front office services until the guest departure, such as receiving the room key, checking safe deposit box or lockers, or many more. Offer the assistance of the bell attendant to collect the luggage and baggage. So lastly, update the front office record. So after the room status list, files the copy of the bill and any vouchers that need to be kept in case of future references. Notify all concerned department that guest has departed, bill be settled and the room is vacated. The second category is speedy checkout or express checkout. There will be occasion when a guest will want to depart the hotel without having the queue at the desk or want for the bill to be prepared. In this case, a speedy or advanced checkout facility is usually available to the guest. Usually, a speedy checkout can be carried out as follows. So first, an estimate made of the anticipated charge, example 2 rooms night. Second is charges are posted as they occur to that the bill may be closed immediately at given time. The third one is if payment is by credit card, the guest signature is taken on the credit card voucher as registration and the cashier only need to fill in the bill total on the day of checkout. So group checkout procedure. So the departure of a group requires proper planning and organizing. Delay and confusing should be avoided in a group checkout. So the front office agent should ensure that all the members of the group leaves with their baggages after having paid or signed any outstanding bills. Prior to guest checkout, front office should ensure that there will be adequate staff on duty. Ensures and lists room number at the time of checkout. Ensures that all outstanding charges are entered on the bill and that the bill are completed for presentation. Next is ensure that the guest or group leaders sign the bill that is to be sent to the travel agent. Ensure that all the luggage are removed from the room and placed in the lobby. And lastly, ensure that the transport facility is available for luggage to load. In order to us to understand more all about guest checkout, so let's watch this. Good morning, sir. Welcome to BL International Hotel. How can I help you? Good morning. I'm Alexander. We're checking out of room 643. Certainly, sir. Just for a moment. Good morning. Room 640 for checkout, please. Thank you. So I'm just printing out your bill, sir. By the way, sir, how was your stay? Everything was perfect. The view is amazing. Super. And I enjoyed the sunset alone it. And the sunset was my favorite part. And the champagne in our room is so perfect too. That's very good to hear, sir. So here's your bill, sir. Okay. Your room is already paid upon check-in, and this is your remaining incidental upon availing our room service, restaurant, and minibars. So kindly check your guest folio, sir, before we proceed to any checkout processes. Everything in this folio is correct. Alright, sir, how would you like to settle your account? Via Visa? Oh, via Visa. So may we just borrow your card, sir? Oh, here it is. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. Here's your card. Thank you. And may we just ask for your signature here, sir? Here, sir? Okay. So thank you very much, sir. May we ask for the key card, please? Oh yeah, I almost forgot, so here it is. Thank you very much, sir. By the way, sir, were you able to empty your safety deposit box, sir? Yes, I have. That's very good to hear, sir. So, will you needing a taxi assistant or do you have a car park here? Yes, I'll be needing a taxi assistant. My flight leaves within 3 hours. So, do you think it will get there on time? Of course, sir. The next shuttle service will arrive around 30 minutes. And it only takes an hour and a half to get you to the airport. Okay, thank you. Okay, sir. So would you like to sign the hotel guest book while waiting, sir? Oh, sure. So here it is. By the way, do you have a hotel membership or something? Of course, sir. Here's the Prestige Club membership. Entitles you 15% discount on your total food bill, 15% discount on a laundry for in-house guests, and 10% discount on beverage orders year-around. It also gives you an Wolves corkage fee for 5 bottles for banquet event. Lastly, it provides a very special room rates exclusively for members that can be availed for a 1 full year. So it's just a total of 6,500, sir. Do you mind if I get a copy of this? Of course, sir. So this is the list of all you need to know. And while this is the application form. So if you have any question or concerns, please don't hesitate to call the front desk and we'll be able so delighted to assist you. Oh, thank you. I enjoy my stay here. That's good to hear, sir. Thank you for staying at the BL International Hotel. Hope to see you again and have a safe trip, sir. Thank you.
Bell service. What is bell service?
So what is bell service? Bell service unit extends assistance to arriving and departing guests and handles their luggage. Likewise, it attends to the following. First, escorting guests to their room during check-in, assisting guests during check-out, responding to all service calls of the guest, safekeeping of guests' luggage are entrusted at the bell station, monitoring checkout. Service procedures during check-in. Bellman should greet and welcome the arriving guests. Offer to unload guests' luggage from the vehicle. A doorman or a bellman shall unload the guest's luggage himself. Counts each piece and informs the guests of the total count for the latter to check and ensure that all his travelers' effects were taken out of the count and accounted for. He shall direct the guest to the front desk as he carries the luggage in the cart. As guests registers, bellboy shall stand by to receive rooming instructions from the desk clerk. Receive key and rooming instructions from the desk clerk, then lead the guest to his room. Every time a bellman enters a room, he should knock first to verify if there is someone inside. When the room is occupied or not yet ready, the bellman shall tactfully inform the guest of the mistake and ask a replacement via the telephone. The bellman shall open the room with the key and switch on the light, then let the guest in. He shall show him the room and bring in the baggage. He shall explain the use of facilities in the room such as air conditioning, thermostat control, bathroom lights, switches, and etc. Explain operation of TV if it needed special instructions. Inspect the room and bathroom check for busted balls, dirt, and defective amenities. Sell hotel services. Inform guests of outlets and operating time, products or services, room service, long distance facilities, business center, laundry, and etc. Take leave of the guest and ask if everything is okay. As a last gesture, he shall assure the guest of his willingness to be further helped and bid him a pleasant and enjoyable stay. Upon receiving the notice of checkout, the front desk shall inform the bell service who will provide the checkout assistance. The assigned bellboy shall fill up the checkout slip, indicating therein the room number of items to be picked up, and his name. The bellboy shall proceed to the guest room and shall remind the guest to double-check the drawers, closet, and bathroom just to make sure nothing is left behind. The guest is brought to the desk clerk or front office cash for bill settlement or payment while on standby until guest is ready to be assisted to his vehicle. The bellman shall check the room key rack of the vacated room upon reaching the lobby. The desk clerk shall check if the key has been returned and then sign on the checkout slip. If the key has not yet been returned, the bellman shall ask the guest to return the same. The bellman will also ask the cashier's clearance signature on the checkout slip. If the guest account is not yet settled but the baggage is stored, the checkout slip together with a note stating "Please check the FOC" is attached to the storage baggage. The baggage shall not be taken out of the hotel unless the account is paid full by the guest and the cashier has signed on the checkout slip. Before loading the guest baggage to his vehicle, the bellman shall ask the guest if the luggage is complete, then load them to the car. Thank the guest for his patronage and wish him a pleasant trip. The bellman shall stamp his checkout slip and surrender it to the front desk after service.
Storage and withdrawal of luggage.
Luggage room is hospitality hotel or hotel facilities. A baggage room or a luggage room storage is a room in a hotel where a people can leave their baggage in order to collect it later. Similar words, luggage storage room. A baggage storage room is available for guests who want to leave bags. The baggage storage room must be too small to hold many bags. If you have checked out, you can put your suitcase in the baggage storage room if your flight leaves later in the day. A baggage storage room is a room in a hotel where people can leave their baggage in order to collect it later. If you have checked out, you can put your suitcase in the baggage storage room if your flight leaves later in the day. Luggage storage room. Luggage room should be always organized and neat. The luggage room is divided in 3 areas: arrival, departure, long-term storage. Each luggage has to be tagged using luggage tag, SI number, guest name, date, room number, guest signature, and time of collection. A phone number or email address must be on the long-term storage luggage form. Long-term luggage storage register has to be completed and signed by the guest. How does hotel luggage storage work? Ability of hotel luggage storage depend on the individual hotel luggage storage policy. If you're lucky, you can leave your luggage at your hotel before check-in or after check-out time. Even if you're not a guest, some hotels will gladly store your luggage for a big enough tip. The following questions need to be asked while keeping in items for long storage. Fragile items. Ask the guest if there are any fragile items in their suitcase. If yes, mark fragile on the luggage tag. Perishable. For items who need to be kept cold, medication, food, check with food and beverage kitchen. Record where the items are stored in the luggage register. We have also a security and safety on how to manage the luggage of the guests. First, collect the luggage from the guest room. Number 2, try to have casual conversation with the guest on the way down. 3, if the guest asks the luggage to be stored, tag the luggage accordingly and give the guest signature on the long-term luggage request form. 4, store the luggage on the signated departure. Long-term storage or left luggage request form. Sample format of long-term luggage storage request form used by bell desk or concerts. Guest details like name, room number, mobile, email, reservation number, next arrival date, number of baggage, date of collection, etc. are updated on this request form. The luggage forms are filled on a daily basis and on the date when the luggage is collected back by the guest or his representative. Those details are updated and signed off by guest and the staff who had hand over the luggage. If the guest needs to store the luggage for long term, tag the luggage with the guest name, accommodation number, date and time of the collection, contact number, and receive the guest signature on long-term luggage request form. Ensure with the guest that nothing perishable is there in the luggage. Guest outgoing items standard procedure. Upon receiving items from a guest, always provide a sense of security toward guest items. Upon receiving the items, obtain the guest name, room number, and also collector's name, address, and most importantly, contact number. Write down all the above information on the outgoing item to be held record. Attach the notice on the item. 2. Brief guest on the duration of storage. By information, the duration will provide a sense of respect. Explain to guests items are only kept for 1 month and perishable items are kept 1 day, 1 week only, depending on the condition of items. 3. All items must be recorded. To provide safe and efficient service and also for security purpose, to avoid missing items or items wrongly given, record all particulars given in the outgoing items to be held record. 4. Upon releasing of items, in order to furnish guests sufficient details of the group for further reference upon checking, all items released must be checked to see that the correct person gets the items. Check collector's name, company name, the guest name that had left the parcel before releasing. The collector with name, ID number, date collected, and signature in the presence of the concerned must sign all item notice. File the 2 copies of the notice. Concerned must Also acknowledge the release of the items and time release in outgoing item to be held record. 5. For valuable items. All valuable items must keep with the duty manager in safety deposit box. All items except valuable items are kept in the storeroom with lock. Note, while handling the lost luggage request, always demonstrate sincerity. Show the warm and natural care to the guest. Show respect to the guest. Record the details of the lost baggage in the concerned logbook for reference. Once the luggage is received, inform the guest and request to check the same. If the hotel policy is to charge for the taxi or conveyance, the same needs to be billed to the guest.
Telephone exchange. Handling wake-up call.
Wake-up call is an in-house telephone call to a sleeping guest at a specific time to wake up, predetermined by the guest. It is generally done in the morning, but the guest may require any time of the day. It is the duty of the telephone department to wake up the guest, but if the call will be made up for airplane crews or group of guests, then lobby personnel will take gate calls from local airline operators about the timing of the flight, and then they should forward the message to the telephone operator. In case of airplane or groups, generally the wake-up call should be done 45 minutes or 1 hour before the pick-up time. In small hotel, it is the duty of front desk agent to wake up the guest. Wake-up call handling tips. Give full attention to write proper room number, name, and time to wake up guests to avoid any mistake. Always ensure that guest really wakes up after you call. You can politely ask the guest that if he wants to have a second wake-up call or not. If no reply is done by the guest while you are calling, or guest just hang up the phone and hardly give any reply, then you should call him again. While calling, you should start this way. Good morning, Mr. This is at 6 a.m. in the morning. Which is your wake-up time? Have a nice day. After getting your call, a guest may not understand the situation quickly as he just wake up. So give him some time and explain again why you called him. If after second call, guest does not respond at all, then send the girl person to knock his door and wake up. It is very important to handle wake-up call accurately and promptly for guests in hotel front desk operation. If front desk staff fails to give the wake-up call to guests, then this can lead to inconvenience to guests. Missing flights or important meetings is lead to guest distraction. Automated process. In most of the hotel, guests can send wake-up call from the room telephone, hotel mobile application, or in-room entertainment system. Proper instruction must be displayed on the telephone instrument, TV screen, or in time card next to the telephone or in-room entertainment system. The procedure of sending the wake-up call from the room must be well aware to all front desk staff. In case the guest asks for the same, then the staff should be able to give clear instruction. Once the guest enters the wake-up call from his room, the information will be updated to the AFBX system and also to the front desk properly management system. If an interface is available between telephone system and property management software, even if guest had set the wake-up call on his own from the in-room telephone, the front desk or guest service staff should always give the guest a reminder call manually. Manual process. Guests can also give the wake-up call request directly to the front office staff at the reception or calling from the room. Grant the guest as per the time. Take down the below details on the wake-up call logbook, wake-up call register. 1. Guest name. 2. Room number. 3. Wake-up date. 4. Wake-up time. And provide any special request, tea, coffee with wake-up call. Repeat the details written with the guest again for reconfirmation. Call the room service and inform them about the special request being made. Note down the name of the room service staff to whom the information was passed. Update the details on the PMS property management software by assessing the reservation record for this room. This step may vary according to the property management system the hotel is using. Cross-check the details entered on the PMS with what is written on the wake-up call log. Performing wake-up calls. Print wake-up call report sorted by the time the PMS for the required. Cross-check with the wake-up call logbook and make sure that there is nothing missing or not updated on the system. Automated wake-up call or first wake-up call should be performed by the APBX automatically. The reminder wake-up call or follow-up call, second wake-up call need to be performed by the front desk staff or the telephone operator. Once the second wake-up call is completed, take note mark the reservation on the report and update the remarks section on the record. If the guest does not answer to the second reminder call, then try again after 5 minutes. Security department to be informed in the case below. 1. Guest doesn't respond to the reminder call. 2. Guest telephone is out of order. 3. Guest telephone is having continuous engaged or busy. One of the front desk staff members to go along to the security and knock the guest room to give the wake-up call. All such incidents should be recorded in the data on the below logbook. Incident book. Duty manager should check the wake-up call report and save to be provided on the daily basis. What is the use of wake-up call shift? A wake-up call, alarm call in the United Kingdom, morning call in East Asia. In a service provided by lodging establishment allowing guests to request a telephone call or a specified time, thus causing the guest to wake up at that time. Hello, good afternoon. Thank you for calling front desk. Norgelin speaking. How may I help you? Hello, I'm Natasha. I have a plan to catch tomorrow morning and I can't miss it. It is possible to arrange a wake-up call for 6:30 a.m. Yes, Miss Natasha. I'm arranging that right now. What is your room number? I'm staying in room 107. Okay, Miss Natasha. You will get your wake-up call at 6:30 in the morning. Is there anything else I can help you with today, Miss Natasha? Yes, I'd like to have some breakfast and a pot of tea delivered to my room after my wake-up call. What breakfast would you like, ma'am? A full English or continental breakfast? A full English with extra toast, please. Alright, ma'am. Yeah, that will be all for now. I will settle my bill when I check out in the morning. Would also need to arrange a taxi to the airport for you? Yes, that would be great. Can you order one for 8:30 a.m.? Yes, ma'am. That will be fine. Is that all, ma'am? Yes, thanks for your help. It's my pleasure, ma'am. Have a nice day. Handling incoming and outgoing calls. An inbound call center or incoming calls receive incoming calls from customers. Support teams typically monitor inbound center since the calls then come from existing customers with issues or questions. An outbound call center or outgoing call, on the other hand, makes outgoing calls to shoppers. Sales teams typically run outbound centers to cold call potential customers about their products. Companies also might make outbound calls to survey shoppers and collect market research. Why it is important to prepare for incoming and outgoing calls. Pre-call preparation is an absolute must when making outbound connect calls. This is all information that sales professional can determine prior to picking up the phone, and it can make or break the outcome of the call. It's also important to leverage multiple forms of media while doing your pre-call prep. 10 tips to handling incoming and outgoing calls. 1. Answer the phone quickly. There is nothing worse than a phone that rings for ages before being answered. 2. Be warm and welcoming. A simple smile on your face when speaking will help enormously. 3. Introduce yourself and your business. Never just bark the company names as you answer. 4. Speak clearly. Nothing is more off-putting to a caller than a fast-talking person who sounds like a don't care. Speak slowly and clearly in a moderate tone so that you can be easily understood. 5. Do not use slang or buzzwords. I know that I really shouldn't have to say this, but you must use professional language at all times. 6. Ask before you put people on hold. Be sure to ask the caller if it is alright to put them on hold before you use. 7. Don't just put calls through. Just putting a call through to a line without saying that you are about to do really comes across as abrupt and breaks any report about immediately. 8. Don't use hand-free to answer calls. It sounds like you are not fully engaged and disinterested even if you are. 9. Take message properly. If you are talking a message, be sure to check all the details and confirm any spellings that you are unsure of. 10. Only use answering phones if you are absolutely have to. Answering phones are your impersonal, and I am sure that most first-time callers who hit voicemail simply hang up. How to achieve good voice? The quality of your voice is dependent upon these factors. 1. Rate of speed. This refers to the fastness or slowness of speed in talking. 2. Pitch or tone. This refers to the highness or lowness of your voice. 3. Temper or resonance. This refers to the vibration produced in your mouth, throat, and chest in voice production. 4. Volume. It refers to the degree of loudness and softness of your voice. 5. Enunciation and pronunciation. Enunciation is the process of sounding each letter clearly and distinctly. Pronunciation is combining of syllables into words. 6. Diction. It refers to the right choice of words, especially with regard to correctness, clearness, and effectiveness. How to create professional image over the telephone. 1. Be natural. 2. Speak clearly and distinctly. 3. Smile. Develop a voice with a smile. 4. Be alert. And 5. Use the caller's name. And 6. Visualize caller. 7 steps in handling incoming calls. Your responsibility. 1. Answer telephone calls promptly. Your action. Consider every call important. Answer on the first or second ring and be ready with a pencil and notepad for writing. Your responsibility. Number 2. Identify your company, greet the caller, and identify yourself courteously. Your action. Greet in an alert and friendly manner. Ways of identifying yourself when answering the telephone. 1. Name of the company and greet the caller. Number 2. Name the company and offer to help. Number 3. If the call has been referred to you by the telephone operator, department, and offer to help. Your responsibility. Number 3. Screen the caller tactfully. Your actions. How to screen the caller. Information that the secretary should find out about the caller. Number 1. Complete the name of the caller. Number 2. Position of the caller. Number 3. Company is represented by the caller. Number 4. Telephone number of the caller for returning call. 5. Person the caller wants. Get the complete name. Number 6. Purpose of the call. Message of the caller. Your responsibility. Number 4. Classify the call. Your action. Determine carefully types of calls such as routine calls you can handle, call that the boss must handle, call that must be referred to another person or office. Your responsibility. Number 5. Take messages. Your actions. Be helpful when the person asked is not available. offer to take messages to avoid repeated calls, get the name, office, telephone, number of the caller, and other important details about the call. Repeat the message to be sure that you talk it down accurately. Your responsibility. Number 6. End the call courteously. Your actions. Thank the caller graciously for the info you received or the messages. Always end the call with goodbye. Wait for the caller to hang up first before you replace the receipt. Your responsibility. Number 7. Accomplish the message, slip and forward it to person concerned for appropriate action. Help that you can offer to the caller. 1. Take the message. 2. Advise the caller to call back. 3. Get the telephone number and offer to return the call. How to use telephone directory. Subscribe list, white pages, commercial and industrial subscribers, yellow pages. Landline phone features. 1. Caller ID. 2. Call waiting. 3. Call forwarding. 4. Speed caller dialing. And 5. Three-party conference. Handling outgoing telephone calls. 1. Prepare for the call. Write down on the notepad. Example, Mr. John Lloyd Cruz, 632-776, Department of Justice. Messages. Confirm his appointment for September 27 at 10 a.m. Number 2. Less call. Dial carefully and unhurriedly. Number 3. Identify yourself, your company, and state your purpose. Example, this is John from the DOH. Please tell Attorney Miha that Attorney Lin is expecting him to be our office tomorrow at 8 a.m. for his appointment. Number 4. Take down notes on the conversation. Write down accurately name, dates, time, number, places. Number 5. Terminate the call. Your mistake. Thank you. Goodbye. Processing overseas and long-distance call. What is considered long-distance phone call? All calls that you receive while physically outside of the area are long-distance. If you dial a number that is local to your physical location, that is a local call. If you dial a number that is a long-distance to your physical location, then it is a long-distance call. Your wireless number is irrelevant. Did you get charged for your long-distance call? While most carriers default package will charge customers on a call-by-call basis, many offer national long-distance or international calling plans as well. In other words, you pay an extra plan sum per month in exchange for an allowance in incoming calls from long-distance or abroad. How does a long-distance call work? Whenever you make a long-distance call, there is an amazing amount of computer technology working to make your call happen. In order to understand the computerized system used today, however, it is helpful to go back in time and look at how human beings once routed long-distance calls. Think back to a time when a human being worked in a town's central office. The phone company would build the central office in the middle of town and to run a pair of copper wires to every home. See how telephones work for details on the wiring. The operator, let's call her Mabel, would work in the central office. Mabel would sit in the front of a switchboard, and the switchboard would be a collection of sockets. One socket for each of the phones in town when you wanted to place a call. In telecommunication, a long-distance call, US or trunk call, also known as a toll call in the UK, is a telephone call made to a location outside a defined local calling areas. Long-distance calls are typically charged a higher billing rate than local calls. The term is not necessarily synonymous with placing calls to another telephone area code. Long-distance calls are classified into two categories: the national or domestic calls, which connect two points within the same country. International calls which connected two points in different countries. Within the United States, there is a further division into long-distance call within a single state, intrastate and intrastate calls, which are subject to different regulation. Counterintuitively, calls within states are usually more expensive than interstate calls. Not all interstate calls are long-distance calls. Since 1994, there has also been a distinction between intralocal access and transport area, or LATA. Calls are those between different LATAs whose boundaries are not necessarily state boundaries. With the advancements in communication over the last few decades, it's easy to take long-distance calls for granted, since all phone and internet communication is so easily accessible. Many people don't need or think they don't need a designated long-distance service. While this is true for most individuals, many commercial entities still rely on a long-distance phone calls for in conducting business and maintaining relationships. Yesterday long-distance calls. In the past, local phone offices were connected to the long-distance offices by copper wire. The process of placing a long-distance call went something like this. First, the local operator would connect to one of the lines going to a long-distance office. Second, she would speak to the operator in the long-distance office, who would connect to the office in the area code of the party the caller was trying to reach. And the third, the local operator would give the number to the long-distance operator, who would then connect another office. Fourth, the operator at the office would connect to the caller to the long-distance office. And the last, finally, the local operator would connect the caller to the long-distance line, where he would be able to speak with the other party. While very simple and easy to understand, this process was long and expensive. Not only was the copper wire connected to the office to considerable expenses, paying for operation to work the system was also expensive. Eventually, operators were replaced by machines who would automatically patch the lines through to the outside phone office. Today's long-distance call. Today, the process of placing long-distance call is much faster, far less expensive, and more efficient. The biggest difference between today's system and the way things used to work is that phone offices are no longer connected by copper wires, but rather fiber optic cables that transmit a digitized version of each caller voice. When you make a long-distance call today, the switch of your local phone office accesses a database that has a record for each phone number that is connected to the switch. It also uses a PIC, primary interchange carrier, code that indicates your long-distance carrier. After your local switch connects to a long-distance switch for your carrier, the call is routed to the local carrier of the person you're trying to call, and the local carrier finally puts the call through. This entire transaction requires billions of dollars worth of computers, switches, wire, and fiber optic cable, and it all happens in the blink of an eye.
What you can do if there is a bomb threat.
Good afternoon, this is Vincent Remunalo. How may I help you?
There is going to be a bomb today.
In a bomb threat call, the best thing you can do is to remain calm and keep the caller on the line for as long as possible. Your goal here is to obtain as much information as possible from the caller so you can relay this information to the authorities. If you have a moment, write a note to someone nearby. I get one of my co-workers' attention and they can contact the authorities to inform them that a bomb threat call is in progress. I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
There is going to be a bomb today. People are going to die.
Now that I've alerted my coworkers about the threat, they can activate our threat management plan and call 911 from a safe location. If your employer doesn't have a plan yet, you can go to www.dhs.gov/obt for more information and find this checklist. Next, I am going to ask the caller as a series of questions from this checklist, remembering to be as polite as possible and demonstrating the same amount of respect I would normally provide anyone else. Sir, when is the bomb going to explode?
In 1 hour, all operations
It will provide more clues about the identity of the caller and the validity of the threat if he provides a specific place or building he may be familiar with the location and vice versa. Okay, and where is the bomb located?
inside the main lobby.
Make a mental note of any irregularities in the caller voice or speech pattern. Black duffel bag. Alright. And what will cause the bomb to explode?
I will detonate the bomb in 1 hour if my demands have not been met.
Where did you place this? Low, sir? Very low? After the caller hangs, it's important I don't hang up my phone. And then jot down in as much detail as possible information from the call, and last but not the least, I am going to note the number the call was received from. After I am done making note, it's time to share my information with my leadership and local authorities. And then avoid touching any switches and buttons of any kind, and I am going to avoid using my cell phone unless I have no other choice in case it might donate the bomb.
Basic telephony manner for operations.
Basic telephone manners for operators. That means staying focused and calls immediately. The last thing you want to do is keep a customer waiting after. Answer a call within 3 days. If your position entails always being available to callers, you should actually be available. That means staying focused and answering calls immediately. The last thing you want to do is keep a customer waiting after a string of endless ringing or send the voicemail when you should be being able and ready to reply. Answering telephone in hotel and restaurant. Telephone always plays a significant in hospitality industry. People from all around the call of making, booking and asking information on transferring message to the guest or for the various other purposes. If you have a hati liar, then you may have to answer the telephone calls. This happens mostly in front stops. Today we will learn some most effective telephone answering tips. These are some basic techniques you should apply while answering any call in hotel or restaurant.
Basic telephone manner operation.
Good morning, in room service department. Choice is speaking. How may I help you? Would you tell me your room number and your name, please? Would you like to order Miss Princess? Would you like to add a tropical fruit? Okay, ma'am, I repeat your order. Your order is full of continental breakfast, the tea, and add a set of tropical. Is that right, ma'am? What time would you like to serve, ma'am? Ma'am Princess, your order will be served around 7 o'clock. Certainly, ma'am Princess, your order will be served around 7 o'clock. Thank you for using a room service facilities. I hope you enjoy your meal and have a nice day.
And that's will end our video. We hope that you gain a lot of new ideas and new learnings. Again, thank you very much and mabuhay!